What is lead? Lead. He is the leader, the person directing or leading the group. Out front, the leader. He's the leader of the pack, the leader of the army, the leader of the team, the lead, to be in front and to show the way. Cheer leader. Yeah. Cheerleader. If you go to a game of some sort, there may be people in front that are leading the fans, the people in the stands, the people that are cheering for the team. The cheerleaders will be leading the cheer. Rah, 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 rah. Cheerleader. It can be a leader for many, many different things. The team leader. The guy that's leading the team and to do whatever they're doing. To lead is to show the way, to guide.
Suggest or recommend. Suggest or recommend.
Well, a guide, in the sense, is somebody who shows the way as well. A guide, the tour guide, will show everybody where to go. Guide.
Lead by example.
Right, lead by example. Right, guide. The guide will be here and he will take you into the museum and show you everything you need to know. Guide, somebody that will show you, escort you, show you the way. Come this way, please. I'll be your tour guide in the museum. I will show you where everything is. I will guide you so you don't get lost and so that you see everything. Direct. Well, you can go in a direct way, straight. Can you direct me to gate number 4? Yes. Go down there and turn right, and that will be gate number 4 immediately on your left. Oh, thank you for the directions. You showed me the way. You can read the directions on a bottle. Oh, well, let's say a bottle of medicine or something like that tells you what to do, the directions. Take 1 every 6 hours, or take 2 pills every morning, the directions. What to do. Can you give me directions to Chiang Mai? Yes. You take this highway north, and then go left and go right, and then you'll reach Chiang Mai. Directions. He directed the movie. He was the movie director. He told everybody what to do in the movie. He directed the entire production of the movie. He is the movie director. You do this, you say this, you do this, you do that. Thank you, sir. Very direct, straightforward.
Indirect. Indirect.
Indirect, not straightforward. Indirect, off some way. Indirect. Advise.
Suggest. Suggest.
Advise is to tell somebody what you think should be done in a certain situation. Like the president has advisors. The president of the country has advisors. They suggest to him what to do in certain situations. In security, in finance, in taxation, whatever the subject, he has advisors. That people who advise him what to do. May I advise you about this? Yes. What do you think I should do? You should do this and you should do that. That is my advice. Advise is the verb. You're doing something. You're advising, telling. And what you told them is known as your advice. Thank you for your advice. Advice. I certainly enjoy the fact that you advise me every day. I have found your advice to be very helpful. You see the difference a little bit? Advise, you are telling. And what you told is known as your advice. Thank you for advising me on the situation. I didn't know that that was about to happen. Thank you for advising me. I appreciate your advice. Right. All the advice, all together is your advice. Suggest. Suggest is to offer a possible way to do something. May I suggest that you leave here tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the airport, even though your flight is at 11. The traffic at that time of the morning can be very difficult and very crowded. So I suggest, you don't have to. I'm not saying you better leave. No, I'm just making a suggestion. I'm suggesting that you leave at 8 o'clock because the traffic can be very heavy en route to the airport. And if you left at 9 o'clock or 9:30, you might find yourself arriving almost too late to get on the plane. So my suggestion, I-O-N, is that you leave at 8 o'clock. That way, no problem. And if you are delayed, you'll be in plenty of time for the plane at 11. Suggest. You don't have to. I'm not putting a gun to your head and saying leave at 8. I'm just suggesting. Up to you. Really. Suggestion.
Suggest and advice is mean is
very close, very close. My suggestion. Advise is to tell somebody how to do what you think is what they should do. You should do this and you should do that. Suggest, well, up to you, but my idea would be to leave at 8 o'clock, not 9, because of the traffic. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. But to advise is to tell somebody what you think should be done in a strong way. Thank you for your advice. I think I will leave at 8 o'clock. But yeah, they're very close. Any questions about those words? Lead. Lead is a metal. The same spelling as lead. Lead. But it's a metal. And they make pipes and things like that. Rooftops, lead, pipes and what have you. But
Past tense of lead is lead too, right?
Lead,
Lead
L-E-D.
is same sound as the metal.
Same sound as the metal, yeah. He led the army across the river. He led the entire army across the river. Who will lead the army across the river? Well, he will. Why? Why him? Well, last week he led the army across the river. Lead, led. I am leading the army. Last week I led the army. Past tense. So these are little tricky things that are pretty close. But when you're talking about metal, usually you're talking lead, you're not talking about leading something. So it's a little different. They rarely come together in the same thought. Guide, direct, advice, suggest, or suggestion. May I offer you a suggestion? Leave at 8, not 9. Traffic. Oh. It looked at me. Oh, just waving. Oh, okay. I thought she was saying, question.
Exercise.
Okay. Any questions about these words?
She may ask you that whenever we should pick any word, advise, suggest, or recommend. When should you use one or the other? Yes. I recommend. I suggest. It depends on how strong you want to be. I recommend that you go at 6 o'clock. No, I suggest you go at 6 o'clock. Recommend can be a little strong. It's the same idea, but it's a little stronger than suggest. I recommend it. It's the best way to do it. I recommend it. I think you should do it. Suggest? Well, up to you, really. Just my idea. Little less of a, not as strong as recommend. However, the foreigner understand, get it, right? Whatever I use, like advise, suggest, or recommend.
Oh yeah, people will understand what you're saying. It's not like they're going to, whoa, what are you talking about? They don't know any idea. No, they'll understand. It's just a fine tuning, so to speak. I suggest you go at 6. I recommend, I've done it 100 times, and I recommend that you go at 6. I strongly recommend you go at 6. Ooh, okay. I better get going at 6 o'clock. Or my advice to you, if you don't want trouble, is to leave at 6 o'clock. So it's a stronger way of saying something. I suggest you go at 6. Okay. That's okay, that's a suggestion. But to recommend, then there's usually more reasons why you should leave at 6 and not 7 or something like that. It's just a matter of stronger. Any other questions about that? Direct. Please direct me to gate number 4. Down there, turn right, and there it is on your left. Thank you for your direction. I appreciate that. Cheerleader. A leader leads. Okay, I think we have time for one more.
try this sentence before we close out today. The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin. The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin. Okay, sir, go ahead.
The guide approached a tour group and said, I will be leading you to the museum. Please feel free to ask any question. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
To begin. Right. To ask. Ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin. Okay, go ahead.
The guide approaches the tour group and said, I will be leading you to the museum. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
Right, very good. The guide approached. Approach. Just a little bit there. Approach. The guide approached. You can barely hear the dip, but it's there. That's the key. Guide approach. Okay, so go ahead.
The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
Right, very good. I will be leading you.
Leading you
Through.
through.
You through. I will be leading you through.
The museum.
Leading you through. Okay.
The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
Right, very good. To the main gallery. Main gallery. To the main gallery to begin. Okay.
The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any question. We will now go directly to main gallery to begin.
We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin. Okay.
The guide approached the tour group and says, I will be leading you through the museums. Please feel free to ask any questions. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
Right. Have you been a tour guide? Wow, he sounded like he knew that, right? Like he said it 1,000 times. Very good. Okay, go ahead.
The guide approached the tour group and said, I will be leading you through the museum. Please feel free to ask any question. We will now go directly to the main gallery to begin.
Right. The main gallery to begin. The main part of the museum, the large room where we will start and look at all the different items that they have in the museum. The guide approached the tour group. He came closer and closer and closer. Approached. He approached the tour group and said, I will be leading. I'm the guide. I'm the one you will follow around. I'll be leading you through the museum. It's an art museum, let's say, or a historical museum, whatever. Please feel free. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid to ask any questions or he's going to get mad at me if I say something he doesn't like. Oh, no. Feel free. Open. No problem. Question? Fine. What is it? Feel free. No worry. Ooh, if I mispronounce it, he'll get mad at me and he'll kick me off the tour group or something. No. Feel free to ask any question. We will now go directly. We're not going that way. We're not going that way. We're going directly to the main gallery to begin the tour. Directly to the main gallery. We're not going over here and then going over there. No, we're going directly. Feel free. Relax. Take it easy. Just ask the question. Even if you make a mistake, I don't care. I will answer the question. Feel free. Any questions about this? Yes.
Could you explain about reading approach? Yes.
The guide approach?
Yes, please.
Yeah. The tour, you are the tour group. Right here, the tour group. The guide approach. The guide, the man who will be leading the tour group, the guide. He approached, he was in another room. He was in another office someplace. And then somebody said to him, oh, the tour group is out there. They're ready to go, sir. Okay, I'll take care of it, thank you. And then he comes out of the office and approaches the tour group. Good morning. I am James, and I will be your guide today.
Please follow
So
me.
he approached closer and closer. When I approached the group, I stopped in front of them and said, I am your guide. Approach. Approach to come closer and closer and closer. We approached the city. I had been driving most of the day, and finally I could see signs that said we are approaching Bangkok, closer and closer and closer. I was so tired of driving. I was so happy to see that we were approaching the city. Closer and closer. Okay, well that'll be it for today. If you have any questions about this or anything that was covered today, please feel free to ask tomorrow morning. First thing.
Thank you.
I have a question. Feel free. What is feel free? Oh.
My friend is waiting for me.
Okay, all right.
You want to go to with me? I will go to say go to Thailand.
Okay, go ahead. No problem.
Feel free to go.
มองไปถึงมันมาพอดีเพื่อนช่วยให้ถามคำถามได้แล้วก็ไม่ต้องจะถามหญิงก็ยังมีต่อเนี่ย
Okay.
แย่ให้ถามคำถามแย่ก่อนเลย
Okay. Take care.
ให้ไปเขาจะพาไป
เขาจะโตไปที่เมนแกลเลอรี่
Okay.
อันแรก
ให้ถามได้แล้วมันมีต่อมันไม่จบเนี่ยมีทั้งสองคนก็จะเซรั่มที่ทั้งสองคน
Looks like the microphone she brought in.
ไม่รู้ยังมีคำถามเนี่ยว่าจะทำอะไรเสร็จยังไม่ทำเลย
ฟรีเลยคือว่าสบายๆเนี่ย
อย่าเกรงอย่าอะไร
That's right.
รีแลกซ์
Feel free.
ดีแหละไม่ใช่ที่ปุ้ยก็ยังมีต่อนะว่าพาไปคือทำอะไรก็ได้เนี่ยแล้วจะพาไปที่เมนแกลเลอรี่
คือมันจะเน้นไม่ใช่ว่าทำ คือมันจะเน้นความรู้สึกไงว่าฟีลฟรีก็คือว่าอย่ารู้สึกเกรงอย่าคือโปรดสบายใจที่จะถาม
แต่ถามคือถามได้ แล้วก็พาไป ไม่ใช่ไม่ให้ถามให้ถามได้ แล้วก็พาไปที่แมนแกลเลอรี่
ใช่อันนี้คือเป็น direction
ก็จบแล้ว
นี่ต้องไป
มันต้องมีต่อใช่ไหม
ฮะแล้วมีต่อ อันนี้แค่เริ่มต้นคือไกด์มา
รู้มีภาคสอง
แล้วก็